was June 13, 2015, the day Hillary Clinton announced that she was going to run for president. In fact, this was her second time announcing that she was running for president. The first time was in the 2008 election, which she lost. Nevertheless, though, is just a shining example of her endearing character. From the beginning of her speech, she points out where she is at on the Roosevelt Island, which is just across from the UN headquarters, where she tells the crowd that she has represented the U.S. many times before as Secretary of State. Another stark reminder of Hillary's experience in politics. Ms. Clinton then remarks on the outside beauty surrounding the temporary stage, and cleverly so, she reminds the crowd in a place with absolutely no ceilings, a statement that reminds the nation before her of the struggle that women fight for under the glass ceiling. As defined by this dictionary, the glass ceiling is an upper limit to professional advancement, especially as imposed upon women that is not openly acknowledged. Yet it is Hillary standing on that stage, announcing her run for the president. It is an iconic moment that history will remember. However, history also gives solid proof that contradict Hillary Clinton's trustworthiness and reliability as a possible president. As stated by the Wall Street Journal, Ms. Clinton wants to use her gender both as a political sword and shield to win the White House, which she does for obvious and effective reasons. As amazing as it would be for a woman to finally take the Oval Office, it would be quite ironic that her husband, as a Wall Street Journal explained, can compare to no one in American politics before that personifies a war on women than Ms. Clinton's husband. Mr. Clinton was a genuine sexual harasser in the classic definition of exploiting his power as a workplace superior. Yes, Ms. Clinton had no control over what happened between Ms. Lewinsky and Mr. Clinton, but it was adding to the name-calling and the slut-shaming of a 22-year-old intern named Monica Lewinsky by naming her as the stalker and has described her as a narcissistic Looney Tune. It is those comments that downplay Ms. Clinton's support in women who are sexually harassed. Later in her speech, Ms. Clinton dives into how the powers in D.C. led to an unbalanced and crashed economic system. She explains to the American people, we're still working our way back from a crisis that happened because time-tested values were replaced by false promises. She continues with, the Republicans borrowed money from other countries to pay for 2 wars and family incomes dropped, which it did happen. Nowhere in that speech, though, did Ms. Hillary Clinton apologize for being one of the powers in D.C. that voted in favor of the Iraqi war. This further reveals the fact that Hillary Clinton does not take responsibility in her own actions. Journalist Sheldon Richman of the Arab American News writes, many things in her career would impose a special disqualification. Her vote for George W. Clinton's criminal and lie-based Iraq war, for example, would be more than enough to rule her out. As Hillary probably has mentioned that she worked in the UN headquarters and how she has represented the country many times, it's an impressive label for her resume. Due to past events that has led journalist Jennifer Rubin, as Washington Post, to write, as was her inactiveness to the security of our ambassador, her misleading and after-attack statements, and her failure to recognize the growing al-Qaeda menace in North Africa before it was too late. And being too late, it resulted in the violent death of 4 Americans, including our ambassador, along with the mixed stories and unclear details that came of the Benghazi terrorist attack. It only makes Ms. Clinton a weak leader. Yes, she is experienced and is known in Washington, D.C. Her resume may be long, but that does still not account for her as being the most exactly qualified person for President of the United States of America. Thank you.